Now, now we're going to get to the message. John 18. That was just all review. John chapter 18. Remember, 2 weeks ago, he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's praying his priestly prayer. Verse 1 of John 18. When he had finished praying, Jesus left with his disciples and crossed the Kidron Valley. He's got all his disciples. On the other side, there was a garden, and he and his disciples went into it. And we believe that Jesus is with his 11 disciples at this point, except for Judas. Verse 2, now Judas, who betrayed him, knew the place because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. So Judas is going to betray Jesus, but we also believe he's going to betray the 11 disciples. In a moment here, you're going to see that the Romans and the Jewish priests have sent a whole army. It is not just to get Jesus. It is, listen, you don't want to just get the leader, the main guy. If you're going to stop a movement, you have to take out the main guy and the main generals, the other 11 disciples. So Judas is, hey, I know when you can get the whole caboodle. Or I don't know how they say that. How do they say it? The kid and caboodle. Is that a safe thing to say? Okay. Someone's going to come to me and say, that's short for something horrible. The whole kid and caboodle, you're going to get them all. And you'll bring an end to this ridiculous stuff that's going on. So, they're all there. So, verse 3, so Judas came to the garden guiding a detachment of soldiers. If you want to look up detachment of soldiers, at the lowest number, it's 300. Though, a normal detachment of soldiers, that term is 600 soldiers. 600 soldiers, okay? It isn't 3 soldiers, it isn't 5. It's at least 300, but probably 600 soldiers have come to pick up Jesus and the 11 disciples. And some officials from the chief priests and the Pharisees. It's a whole group. There may be 1,000 people that have come. Now, how have they come? They are carrying torches, lanterns, and weapons. They're going to take out these 12 people, Jesus and the disciples, and bring to an end this movement that has suddenly appeared. Verse 4, Jesus, knowing that all was going to happen to him, he went out and he asked them, who is it you want? And they go, Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. Now, in the NIV, it says, I am he. Just so you know, the he is not in the Greek. All that Jesus says is, I am. There is no he. So when they say, we're looking for Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus stands before them and says, I am. What's he saying? Yeah, I am God. I'm the God that's the door to salvation. I'm the God that's the good shepherd that's going to lay down my life for the others. I am the God that is the resurrection and the life. I am the God that is the bread of life. I am the God that is the light of the world. I am God that I'm the vine and people are the branches, and I am the way and the truth and the life. You've just come for God. I am. And when he said that, Jesus said that, and Judas the traitor was standing there with them. When Jesus said, once again, the he is not there. When Jesus said, I am, they drew back. They fell backwards in the Greek and fell to the ground. So that's why I have when Jesus went bowling. When there's 1,000 men there gathered. And when Jesus went, I am, power went out from him. How dare you think you're going to arrest God? How dare you just approach him? It reminds me of the Old Testament of Elijah when they would come to arrest Elijah. And Elijah said, if I'm a man of God, may lightning come from heaven, fire from heaven, and consume all of you. And they were wiped away. Jesus goes, I am. And I don't even think, there's no way that big of a crowd probably heard that, or maybe they did. But they all fell backwards. In fact, that word for backwards, the Greek word to fall, was often used to depict a person who fell so hard that it looked as if they fell dead like a corpse. I mean, he pulled them right over when he said, I am, and they were backwards like they were all dead. Now, we think they're still probably recovering from the initial I am when they fall down, that Jesus then goes on, verse 7, again he asks them, who is it you want? Jesus of Nazareth, they said. Jesus answered, I told you that, and once again, he goes, I am, I told you, I am, and then, if you're looking for me, then let what? The disciples go. This happened so that the words he had spoken would be fulfilled. I have not lost one of those you gave me. So I'm going to end there. You see, they were coming for all of them. So Jesus first confronts them and says, I am God. And they fall down. And I think while they're down, Jesus says, while you're down, while you're recovering, you're going to let go the 11 apostles. You are not arresting them. You are not taking them anywhere. And so we'll get more, but they were able to escape. And those 11 men made an impact in the world that the world has never. We owe everything to those 11 apostles who spread out through the world, bringing the gospel to all ranges. But you see, they were protected by the great I am of Jesus.